I know more than you, so shut up. Well, that's not literally what he said, but that's exactly what he meant, Jeffrey Sachs. I want to play the video. Let's listen, and then I'll make some comments too. Before I move on, just to remind you, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing because I give you all the updates happening around the world at the moment. Take a listen.
About the situation in Syria then. I wrote mine for the Daily Mail. This is after a suspected chemical weapons attack in Douma in Syria left dozens killed, including many young children. I said that the use of chemical weapons by Assad was on Obama's conscience and it would ultimately embolden only one man, Vladimir Putin. You said on your website at the same time, the US and its allies should face reality and accept the persistence of Assad's regime, despicable as it may be.
Okay, so I don't understand, first of all, why he is quoting his own column that he wrote for Daily Mail. Piers Morgan, are you crazy? Are you stupid? Why don't you just say it? This is what I said, that it was going to benefit Putin, and this is what happened. That is that happened. Why you quote yourself? That's so strange. I don't know. This guy is losing his mind. Obviously, he lost his credibility. So to make it sound like he's knowledgeable, he uses words like Daily Mail, report, column, I wrote. Oh my God. This is a guy who is just for show.
Yeah, one thing, by the way, Piers, and honestly, you don't know and I don't know, there's a very significant argument among very knowledgeable people that the chemical weapons was a false flag. And if you know American foreign policy, false flags are the essence of CIA.
But that hasn't been proven,
as
you know. I mean, that's just a theory.
No, it absolutely not proven. Not proven either way. But I know experts that are real experts who say, well, they say at a minimum it's absolutely not proven, but some of them say this is absolutely all of the signature of a false flag operation. And some say this is why Obama didn't go farther, because it was laid out to him. This was not even Assad doing this. This was the, quote, rebels under CIA authority. And if you study the CIA, as I have for a lifetime, you know that false flags are actually their MO. Are
you seriously suggesting that are you serious?
Okay, are you seriously suggesting whatever he is suggesting? Obviously, Piers Morgan doesn't get it because this guy is a complete idiot. But what he said, Jeffrey Sachs, is so true. I mean, false flag. This is how they topple governments. This is how they start revolution in a country. This is how they start this uprising, by paying people to uprise. I mean, if you pay 100 people good money and they start raising their voice, complaining. I mean, we can complain about 100 zillions of things in our life. The price of rice has gone up, the price of bread gone up, the rent is going up. We can complain all day long. If you pay 100 people to go out and raise their voice and say, hey, everything is becoming so expensive, we need to topple the government, or that the government is killing other people in foreign countries. I mean, they can come up with so many excuses. It is possible for that government to face that kind of uprising and eventually get totally kicked out. It's not a rocket science to do. All you have to do really is to collect some intelligence, gather some people who will be acting for you, those actors, pay them good money, and then you just change the government, or you try to change the government. This is exactly what they did in Egypt when they kicked out Mohammed Morsi. This is how they did it, United States. So this is nothing new. And any country, for that matter, they can do it. Any country, because every country, I believe, they have enough money to do so. But nobody cares. Nobody bothers with anybody else's business, except obviously United States and Israel. And this is why Jeffrey Sachs, he's so pissed off with this country, his own country, United States of America. And just watch a little bit more, because Piers Morgan, he will ask him this question: are you even American? Are you anti-America? Are you a patriot, or are you a traitor? Just watch.
Suggesting that Barack Obama and his government and the CIA under his tenure launched a chemical weapons attack on Syrian people, killing a lot of civilians. Do you seriously think that's what happened?
Oh, I'm not saying that Obama did it. Most of the time when the CIA does things, the presidents have no idea what the CIA is doing.
But you think the CIA would launch?
Okay, he doesn't have any answer. Piers Morgan, for you, this is news. He doesn't know how these things work, how this government body, they work. CIA, Jeffrey Sachs, thank you so much. I didn't know myself. Now I know that the CIA, this organization, they don't give a damn about their president. I mean, can you think about the situation where CIA will care about what senile old man Joe Biden has to say? Do you think they would even care? I don't think they even communicate with him. I don't think he has any idea what CIA is doing whatsoever. None. Zero. Even for Barack Obama, Jeffrey Sachs is talking about a guy who was very smart. I mean, Obama was smart. He was very charismatic. I'm not a supporter of Obama. I, in fact, disagree with him on every issue, especially his drone attacks on Afghanistan, on Muslim innocent civilians there. But he was a smart guy. And even during his time, Jeffrey Sachs is saying Obama had no idea what CIA was doing in Syria. Can you imagine what Piers Morgan, his knowledge, his level of knowledge is? He doesn't have any clue. He's talking to a man who is a master, he's an expert. He's the professional guy to go to. And he is this guy, student. He's not even a student of knowledge. He has absolute zero idea about foreign policy, is challenging this guy. Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
A chemical weapons attack simply to smear Assad.
Of course it would. Are you kidding? It's done much worse than that.
Kidding?
It launches coups, assassinations, wars. The whole history of the United States after 1947 is bring down
if you
one
don't mind me
government
saying,
after
Jeffrey,
another.
but here's my point. Why are you're always very keen to take a view, even if they're unproven, that is very anti-America. You're never quite so keen to take a view that is anti-dictators. I mean, Assad...
Okay, so when he cannot challenge him intellectually, he starts doing ad hominem attack on Jeffrey Sachs, calling him a traitor. Essentially, this is what he means. You are a traitor. You are an anti-American. You are a traitor. That's what he wants to establish. That's what he wants to prove to his audience, to his fan base, by Rupert Murdoch, his boss. All the while, he is Jeffrey Sachs. He is keeping it calm. He's not, nothing is getting under his skin from Piers Morgan. He's remaining very, very calm and nonchalant about the whole situation, and he's occasionally brushing Piers off and laughing at his ignorance.
Is a pretty vile dictator. Vladimir Putin is a vile dictator. Do you accept that your views are, I wouldn't say that they are twisted, but perhaps they're slightly jaundiced by the fact that your instinct is always that America's probably to blame unless they can prove otherwise?
No, it's not whether they're dictators or not. It's what the United States' role is. I don't believe that any country can arrogate this task of bringing down other countries' governments. The CIA has been involved in probably 90 or 100 covert regime change operations since it was founded in 1947. My whole life has been the United States at war. It's sickening. It's tiring because these wars are disasters. So it's just not our business to say that one's despicable, that one has to go. But literally, by the way, this is what Obama did. It's a shame that he did this. He said, Assad must go.
Yeah.
Well, come on. When he said that, by the way, in 2011 and 2012, and Hillary Clinton said that, I said, oh my God, here we go again. And literally, Piers, it's been 13 years of mass killing since then. No resolution at all. Completely predictable. This is what I'm against.
Okay, so I just want to tell you what I know without any shadow of a doubt. Who runs CIA? Who runs CIA? The answer is simple, guys. Israel. Netanyahu is commanding CIA right now. He is the commander. He is the top of CIA. He tells CIA what to do. And if they don't do it, they are in big trouble. He is the one who said that Assad must be changed, or that United States, not Assad, must be changed because he loved Assad, because Assad guaranteed him a lot of safety and securities. But he was the one who said that United States must get involved in Syria. United States was not there for the sake of United States. It was for Israel. Netanyahu told CIA, create something, do a false flag so that the US government can show to the public that they have a reason to go into Syria. It was Netanyahu. He is running CIA.
On a point of principle, when Obama said, if Assad uses chemical weapons, we will act, and then didn't act, from a purely political perspective, did that open the door for Putin to then just come in and have significantly higher influence in Syria and the region than he would otherwise have had?
Well, remember, just on this one fact, because it's really important, it is said in our newspapers all the time, Russia intervened in Syria. Russia intervened in Syria. Russia came into Syria in 2015. The United States plan to overthrow Assad dates to 2011. Russia came in 4 years afterward. We should never have done that. This was Netanyahu's provocation. He wanted wars in all those countries that I listed. Why are we doing Netanyahu's work when it is a failure anyway? So Russia didn't jump in and we had to react. Russia came in 4 years after we started this. We started this because Syria was on Netanyahu's list. And it was literally a list, by the way. We know from this remarkable story of the former NATO commander, Wesley Clark, the supreme commander of NATO.
Yeah, no.
Wesley Clark went into the Pentagon, after 9/11, and he was given the list of the 7 countries that we were going to take out in 5 years. This was Netanyahu's list.
Netanyahu's list, guys. I don't know how else to make it clear to you that CIA, FBI, all of these organizations in the United States, they are not run by U.S. government. These are all run by CIA and all of this government body by Netanyahu, by Netanyahu. And this is why we see that there is war all the time in the Middle East. There is always war. And we try to find answer. Well, there is no answer. The reason there is war is because of Israel. They want this war to continue on so that they can make these Arab countries, these militias, so-called, proxies, fight against each other, make the country unstable, and make it impossible to have their economy flourish, make it impossible for them to have a strong military, because if you don't have a strong economy, you will not be able to have a strong military for too long. And this is the plan from the get-go, that Israel never wanted the Middle East to be stable. So if Netanyahu wanted Assad to go, he would have done it a long time ago. He did not want him to go. He wanted him to stay. When he saw Russia came into Syria, he was making a deal with Russians that, you guys can stay together. I have no problem. As long as you don't supply weapons to Hezbollah, I'm okay. And then you can stay in power. And Assad abide by that. He gave information to Israel about Hezbollah's movement, Iranian's movement. I mean, how you think that Qasem Soleiman was killed? Syria had no role into it? I don't know, but very, very, doubtful. This whole thing, and once you understand the relationship between Israel and all of these government bodies in the United States, then everything will make sense. Everything will start to make sense. But you have to see it from a different angle for you to understand, which Piers Morgan, unfortunately, he doesn't want to see. Rather, he wants to quote us from his own article as if he is someone worth quoted. Unbelievable. Thank you guys for joining.